going on, everybody? It's Carmine from Barmine Tech. Today we're going to be continuing with the Proxmox beginner series, and today we're going to be focusing on backing up and snapshots for our virtual machines and our LXC containers. Having backups for anything running in your Proxmox server is really important because you don't really know if something's ever going to happen. You don't know if you might have a drive failure, hardware failure, a power outage, or any other unknown reason why your server might shut off, crash, fail, and now there's the potential for loss of data. After you spent all this time trying to build out your first virtual machine, or maybe you're hosting a game server or something else, and you finally get it working, and then something happens and now you lose it, and now there's no backups to restore it from, would really be a bummer. So that's why today we're going to be talking about how we could back up our virtual machines and LXC containers and restore them, and some of the different options that we have. Personally, I feel that backups are very important. I run them almost daily to ensure that everything that I run in my server is backed up, so if I ever do have something that happens, I break an OS, I lose a file, whatever it might be, I can restore from that point and have it back if I need it. So we're going to talk about that today, so let's get right into it. So we're over here in Big Lab, and you can see I haven't changed much. We still have our virtual machines and LXC containers that we have, but today we're going to be focusing on how we can set up some backup options. So when it comes to backing up, we have a couple options. So typically by default, Proxmox is going to set at least one of your drives to be able to accept backups. So over here you can see my local drive would accept the backups. We could add in the Proxmox backup server if it's something that you want to run. If you are interested, I'm going to show it a little bit here. I'll have a card and a link down below to a couple of my videos about how to set up the Proxmox backup server. Very easy process, very beneficial when it comes to backing up your machines, and especially the process of automating it all. Or you can add in like a USB drive and you can use that. You could add in an additional drive and use that for backups, however you might want to do it. But today I'm going to talk about the process a little bit more. So at minimum, you should have at least one drive over here that says the content it accepts will be backups. Now, backups can be handled at a few different points. You can see over here I'm at the data center level. And if I come over to backups, I can click add, and over here we can create a backup job. Now you can see I'm over here at the node level, and if I scroll through my different options, there's no backup here, and that's because we can't back up directly from the node level. However, if I do come over to an LXC container, you can see we have backup, and if I come to a virtual machine, we have backup as well. So I can come over to an LXC container, and it's the same for a virtual machine, and I can back that up right now. I can choose my storage, so if you do have additional storage, you can put it wherever you might want. Maybe you have the Proxmox backup server, you have a USB drive, you have an additional drive just for storage, for backups, you can do it. I just have local. And now over here you can see we have some different options. So just to bring up the guide for the different options, stop mode is going to offer your highest level of backup. It's going to stop the virtual machine or LXC container and conduct the process of doing the backup. This is going to be the most effective way. However, it could cause downtime because it does need to turn the machine off to do the backup. Suspend mode is going to be next, and what this is going to do is, it's just like it's saying, it's going to suspend the virtual machine or the LXC container. It's still going to cause downtime, and then from there it's going to do the snapshot of the machine. It doesn't offer any higher quality of backup, so it's just a step down from doing a stop. It just hopefully will lead to less downtime. Snapshot is going to be our next one, and over here all this does is just pretty much take a picture of the LXC or the virtual machine as it still runs. It doesn't turn it off, it just takes a live image right there, and then it can lead to bad backups or inconsistent backups because it's still running live while it takes the snapshot. This is good if you have a very high priority service running and you can't turn it off. You can run snapshots. If you have stuff that doesn't really matter if it gets turned off and you really want high backup quality, stop mode is going to be your best option. Back over here, I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to set a snapshot because that's fine for me right now. Like I said, typically I will use stop because I do want a higher quality backup. The majority of these other options are going to just be default, and that's going to be good enough. So over here, compression is just the process used for compressing the backup files. You can choose whichever one you want. Sometimes I'll mix it up and use gzip because it's good. ZSTD is fast and good, so that works just as well. I'm going to leave the majority of these defaults for now. Notification mode is if you have notifications set up in Proxmox. They're very tricky to get working fully. So for the most part, these aren't going to work. If you have a mail relay configured, you can have it send you emails. Or if you do have a notification system set up in Proxmox, you can do it that way. But for the most part, I never get any of these notification systems to work the way they're intended to. You can fill in an email address here, but unless you do have a mail relay enabled, it's not going to be able to send it, so don't worry. There's a little checkbox over here for protected, and pretty much what this is going to do is it's going to mark this backup that it's important and make sure it doesn't get deleted automatically if you have like a garbage removal job or any other kind of things to prevent it from being removed accidentally. This is all pretty much set, so I'm just going to click backup. And now you can see it's going through the process of backing it up. And I know it's kind of tricky to see because it's grayed out, but you can see now we have like a floppy disk icon, and it's taking the snapshot of Homar right now. So the task viewer is still showing that it's doing something. So I'm gonna let this run and we'll be back. It should only be a few minutes because it is taking a snapshot. Now, if we read through the notes, you can see that it pretty much just runs the backup job. Everything says it's good. And then we have task okay, so we're all set. So I can close this out. And you can see since we took a snapshot, the LXC container comes right back up. So now under here, you can see that I'm under the backup tab. I have this backup file of this LXC container. We can look at the config if we need. It doesn't really help us much. There's some notes if you want to put a comment. We can change the protection. Let's say if it's a really important backup, you can change it so it doesn't delete it like I was mentioning. And now you can see over here, it has the shield indicating it's protected. I can take that off if we need. It gives us the date, so if you do have multiple backups, you can see what day it's from, the format, and then the size. So this is a relatively small backup size. Now, if you do break something in your config, let's say this is Homar, maybe you mess up the YAML or you delete a file that's really important, you can back up from it and you can just come right here to restore. Before we back it up, we do just need to shut it down. So I'm just going to shut down Homar. Alright, so you can see now Homar is grayed out, so it's off. I can come over here to restore, and it's going to permanently erase anything that's in the current container or virtual machine. So just keep that in mind if you do want to restore something. I'm going to click yes, and now you can see the process is beginning, and it's going to start running through this task to restore Homar or the container or virtual machine from the current backup file. This will take a few minutes, and we'll be right back. And now you can see over here we have the task okay at the bottom saying that it's done with the restore job. So now if we broke our config or whatever it might be, we would have had a restore straight from this backup. I can turn Homar back on and it should power up no problem, and we should be able to start running it once again. And you can see it's coming up right over here. And I don't have a config in there right now, but if I did, we can go in there and we can compare the differences from the backup to the one that I had. Now, we could also do backups at a higher level, like I was saying. So this was at the virtual machine level. We can come up here to the data center, and we can come to the backup section over here. And over here is where we can set like automated backup jobs to run. So you can see it's a different GUI than what was showing over at the VM section. Now, if you're in a cluster, you can select which node you want to back up. We're only a single node right now, so we can only select from Big Lab. Again, if we had separate storage or if we had the Proxmox backup server, we could specify over here where we want to save it. I only have local, so that's all I could do. Now, we can schedule these backups to run on a specified schedule. So depending on what you need, you can find whichever schedule you need to run that matches what for your needs. Typically, you might run weekly backups, or maybe even if you do have higher demand, you might run daily backups. I don't think really for the most part any home lab is going to be running any 30 minutes or every 2 hours or even twice a day as some of these are. But if you do, you can specify it here. I'm just going to do Sundays. Now, the selection mode, they have a few different options. We could do all. We can exclude the selected VMs. We could do pool-based or include the selected VMs. So if you either want to back up everything, you can specify it in here, or you could just have it so you could check off what you want. So if I want to back up my LXC container and my firewall demo, I could specify that there. Again, for notification, there's not much we can really do. Compression, we can change it over here. So if you either want maybe gzip or ZSTT, you could do that. I'll do gzip just for now. Typically on a weekly backup, I do it as a stop because I do want a higher quality backup. So I will select stop for the most part. You can select whichever one you want. Now we can come over to the retention tab, and now over here is where we can specify how long we want to keep the backups. So for the most part, you don't want to just keep one backup of every virtual machine that you have, because one backup might not be good. Just because we are taking backups doesn't mean that it's actually going to work. It might be a bad backup. It might have had some sort of error in the processing, and you might restore to it, and it might not be good. It might just fail. So it is important to keep maybe at least 2 to 3 backups, just in case something does happen. You have another one that you can revert back to. You can either specify to keep all, or you can do it in a different way. So you could do keep last 2. If you do dailies, you can say keep the last 2. You can keep the last 2 monthlies, weeklies, and however you might want to do it. Right now I'm just going to specify to keep the last 2. You can change the note template if you need it. I'm just going to leave it default. And then we do have an advanced tab over here. You can specify some options. Really nothing too crazy over here. For the most part, we're going to leave these default. Now we can just come back to the general tab. Everything looks good, and we can click create. So now you can see over here we have our job. It specifies some information, like our selection over here is what virtual machines or LXC containers we're going to be backing up. So you can see it says 104, 105. That's the container and the virtual machine that I want to back up. We specified to keep the last 2 and where it's going to save. Now this will run Sunday morning at 1 a.m. or if you do need, you can specify to run it now. I'm not going to, because I'm going to run out of hard drive space and then it's going to break. But that would be how we would set up a backup job that's scheduled off the data center level. Now this would run automatically, like I said, and back up to whatever disk it might be. Now, I don't have much to show you off this server because I don't have a lot of backups or backup jobs running. I'm going to go over into my home lab that I run and my backup server and just show you some of the other stuff that you could do with this. So over here, I'm in my mini lab, and you can see again, I'm in my data center. Now I do have a large number of LXC containers and a handful of virtual machines that I do run backups on all the time. So you can see I have my backup tab. Here's all of my different jobs that I specified. So let's say that I do need to restore from one of these backup jobs. So you can see I do have these jobs that run. I save mine on mini backup because that's my backup server. And you can see over here I have the backups tab, and I have all of my backups available over here that I can restore from. So if I do need something, I could just come over here and restore. Or I could also do a file restore. So it's something a little bit further in than the normal backups. This is going to be one of those Proxmox backup server benefits of running, is that we get some additional stuff to run. This is one of our options through running Proxmox VE with Proxmox backup server, is that we have a dedicated machine to come over here and run our backups and save them, and then it's also going to check through them. So if you notice over here we have an additional tab for verify state. What this is going to do is it's going to take the backup and it's going to verify all the data and ensure that it's valid. So we have a lower chance of a failed backup or an error state in it. Over here is the Proxmox backup server. This is a very lightweight system. I have it running on a very small mini PC, and it just has like a 2 terabyte hard drive in there. And all this does is save all my backups and run it on a task and ensure that they're verified, and then it deletes any of the old ones. This is just the Proxmox backup server. There's really not much to it. If we come over here, you can see like this is some of the storage info. We have some jobs that run. I could also come over here to content and I could see all of my backups that run. I can verify them, like I was saying, to ensure that they're all valid. It does this monthly for me. It's not one of those things that have to be done every time there's a job. I do these garbage collect and prune jobs weekly to delete older data on the server to free it up. So you can see over here, like I removed 190 gigs on my last job. This is just an additional option when it comes to backing up. It's the Proxmox backup server, and like I said, I'll have a link to a video of me setting this up and explaining all of it. But that's how we do our backups and snapshots and all that stuff in Proxmox. Like I said, it's really important to have backups, especially when you start building stuff out, because there's nothing worse than you built out a new server or a game server, you get everything working really nicely, you break something and now it's all gone, and now you need to rebuild it from scratch. When you have that backup and you can just restore it, it might take a little bit of time, but it's there, and at least you can pick back up where you left off. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. If you do, and you could drop a like and maybe comment down below, it helps the video and the channel. As always, I'll have links to all the gear in my home lab down below if you ever want to check any of it out. I'll have a link to the Discord server if you want to join up. And as my buddy Don would say, hack till it hurts.